Hare Krishna and good evening. I really pray you've had a nice day and that you're feeling good and that you're feeling blessed. Because I certainly am. Feeling blessed, that is. Feeling good. I'm sure that will come any minute now when we start talking about this Krishna calendar. It's been a while because I can't always do it, but no excuses, we're here. These messages from Vrindavn. It's a bit dark in this corner today. Sorry about that. The picture, can't really make it out. Okay, March 22nd. The damsels of Vrindavn were so much pleased by seeing Krishna's beauty and participating in his activities that they forgot all the troubles of material existence. By seeing Krishna and thinking of him, they forgot all sorts of fatigue. So that one, to me, it pretty much says it itself. Once we start to notice Krishna, love, consciousness, God, once we start to notice that energy in all things, once we start to look for it and we learn to see it more and more, we become a bit more like the gopis in Vrindavn. We become closer to the way that they worship. Because I've spoken before about how it's more like a dance, like a way of life, where these people that are living this existence, they don't know they're living it focused on God. They don't realise it's God that they're looking at. They don't realise it's the all-pervading consciousness. For them it's really simple. They see the love in things and they worship that. And it couldn't be more obvious and more simple for someone living that life. If you were brought up in that way, then that's how you do it. You know how that is. It's natural to them. It might seem weird to us, but it's not. And yeah, as soon as we start to notice that, you can meditate, which means to focus on that in a calm way, and we can absorb some of that energy, and we can become closer to source, closer to all that is, closer to living that perfect aligned existence that isn't impossible. I know that people living in this technological world that we live in, you think that's a million miles away, you can't do that, but you can. Yeah, I don't want to lose track. So yeah, by being absorbed in the beauty and the wonder and the awesomeness of it all, we can forget our troubles, we can forget the problems of the world, become less important. Problems in our lives become less important because we realise the bigger picture and can see our place, our own personal, where we belong in that tapestry of beauty and wonder and love and connectivity and energy. We're part of that. It's not something to sit back and observe, like, I don't know, like some people do when they've had psychedelics. They'll look at it and go, wow, look at all of that. But we're part of that, and learning to realise that on a daily basis through spiritual practices, through meditation, through just by spending time in nature is enough, and you'll start to realise the connectivity and the love and the energy that's running through everything, and that means something to the human soul. That's important, because we quite often feel completely separate from everything that is, and we're aware of it, and you can intellectually learn all about Source and the universe and Krishna and all these different ways of looking at the non-physical and the physical and how it interacts and how it works. And there's different ways to look at it, and you can spend a whole lifetime studying that and know it and still feel disconnected and still feel alone and still feel frustrated through that feeling of disconnection. And the way around that is to get in amongst it with a different mindset and look with, I don't know, look with different eyes. If you know, I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but try and look at things a different way. And a good way to start that is gratitude, and just a simple gratitude prayer that lists off the things that you're grateful for. And if you can do that morning and night, then you'll start to open up your perception, open up your eyes to be able to see little things that you didn't notice before that you should be grateful for, and you start to realise there's a lot there that you haven't been grateful for, and you start opening up, and it grows, it builds like a snowball, and before you know it, you're saying thank you for things that you would have got angry about. And you can start to really notice everything, you know what I mean? I was lucky that I learned several different ways at once. So I was looking at everything from a few different angles, and that really blew me wide open to see the love that's in everything, and to be aware of how special that knowledge is, and what it means to the human journey and the human heart. Which means confidence, it means connection, it means we're part of something important, and that every little decision, every little thing we do is adding to the richness, adding to that beauty, to that love, that someone else is out there looking at the whole thing going, wow, that is beautiful, look at this work, look at it, look at this manifestation. And you're adding to that. Every detail counts, you know? Every one of us is important. And yeah, it can be really tough in our society, in the way that we've come up in this system, is not many people know to even look for it, and it's a real shame, because in other cultures, in other times, even in this culture, but in the past, people were taught to appreciate and look for it, you know? So yeah, get out in nature, and a gratitude list is the way to start. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, and you want to have a look at it, and you want to see what I'm really seeing, then it takes time to open up your eyes a little bit. But yeah, I highly recommend just try and look at everything for what it is without labelling it. Forget about the names we're taught. It's a technique called mindfulness. It's really simple. And yeah, you look at everything, but you don't give it a name, and you just practice that for a while, because it's a bit tricky at first, because your brain wants to name it all. There's a tree, there's a leaf, there's a bird, there's some bark. Nope. You just got to say hello energy to the whole thing, and then just observe, and you'll pick up on weird feelings in your body, weird tingly feelings. You know what I'm talking about. I think most people, if they're watching my videos, know what I'm on about anyway. It's all beautiful, and if we take a moment to enjoy it, then we become more grateful, and the more grateful we are, the more things manifest for us and open up and become richer and more enjoyable and more useful in general for the energy in our lives. Anyway, I don't want to waffle on too long, 9 minutes. I've missed making these videos, and I'm going to try and be as consistent as I can. Okay, thank you Krishna, thank you Prabhupada for writing these books that these quotes come from, and thank you Alex for the lovely calendar. I love it because you can reuse it year after year. It's one of those ones you just go around and you go around again. So it's lovely. Anyway, I really wish you all the best, and yeah, I wish you joy, happiness, love, and harmony. Have a nice evening, have a nice day. Yeah, stay blessed. You deserve to be happy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Love you.